Buckle up, race fans. It's time to go around the turn. Your weekly pit stop for all things NASCAR racing. From the green flag to the checkered flag. Here's your host, Scotty Powell. We're going around the turn.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Around the Turn. Last race of the 2025 NASCAR season as everybody is heading to Phoenix. NASCAR Cup Series, Xfinity Series, and Craftsman Truck Series. This is what they've all been racing for, and that's the championship. And Warren, we have got 4 drivers, not only in the Cup Series, but Xfinity and Truck Series that will be battling for the trophy. Truck Series race is Friday night. Xfinity Series race is Saturday, and the Cup Series is on Sunday. How excited are you for this weekend?
I'm excited for all. Let's see if we can, Tom can finish it out, see if it's going to juggle. If another driver wins, it's going to cause chaos. And same thing with the Xfinity Series. It doesn't cause chaos. If Allgaier wins or Zilich wins, we'll see what that's going to happen. It's going to be an interesting weekend. And the Cup Series on Sunday, down to the Final Four. Woo! But I don't know, because I wrote somebody down this morning, like, I kind of want to go somewhere. It's just like it's a toss-up. The other two, I think, hopefully, Zilich and Hamlin are going to take it all, but who knows? What if somebody has a mechanical failure? Somebody gets spun? It's the unknown. So I think that's what makes it kind of exciting going into Phoenix, is the unknown and what chaos could happen with anything.
That is exactly right. Well, before we get to Phoenix, let's take a look back at Martinsville. And, man, it was a good race, and a race that
I enjoyed it a lot.
One team really enjoyed.
Are you ready? This is the Xfinity 500, and there will be 2 drivers locked into the championship for at Martinsville. Let's go! Gibbs got a bit squirrely off the line. William Byron leads them into turns 1 and 2 with his teammate right behind. Not even that, because William Byron comes off turn 4, and this is the start to the day that he needed. Wins stage 1 convincingly with 126 laps led.
It's just nothing you can do as a driver, right? Wheels loose, tires down, wheel comes off. It's completely out of your control.
And yet again, William Byron is able to stretch the advantage with 1 lap to go. Presented by Credit One Bank, half a mile, and he has got it.
23 who are on board with, and that 6 of Brad Keselowski are racing for the free pass. So this is the same situation over again. We will see how NASCAR looks at this situation. It would be either the 6 or the 23, whoever scored the highest.
Is there an opportunity? He's going for it. William Byron on the inside, and he loosens up the 12 of Ryan Blaney and takes the race lead.
But the 12 is still there. The 12 is still close enough to return the favor.
And what a performance from the 24 and the 12. They've been in a league of their own. Well, William Byron has won 2 Daytona 500s. He's going to put today right up there with them. William Byron is going to Phoenix and has a chance to race for the championship.
It means so much to him personally. It means so much to the Hendrick Motorsports family as well. William, could you pick a better spot for your first ever walk-off win?
No, damn, I got a lot to say. Things have a way of working out, and you know, God really tests your resilience a lot of times, and we've been tested, and just unbelievable. I'm out of breath. Thank you, fans, for coming out. Badass crowd. I watched my first NASCAR race up there just before start-finish line, and man, I am just so thankful, excited to see my family, and just celebrate this one. We obviously go to Phoenix and just go try to kick ass there.
You mentioned all that you have been through and this team has been through, and you and I have talked about it. These playoffs have been frustrating for you guys. Have you ever been through more emotional swings in 10 weeks to get to this point?
No, I mean, you just work so hard. All these guys work so hard, and you put everything into Sundays, and sometimes you don't get anything in return, and that's been the last couple weeks, and honestly throughout the year we had some close calls, but yes, sometimes life is that way, but you just got to keep being resilient, and we were, and just feels damn good.
Lee, you mentioned that he's won 2 Daytona 500s, but this one to be in the championship four in front of this crowd, this one means something.
Right, Lee, and he transferred by just 7 points. Was it ever in doubt in there when you were racing with Bell at times, thinking this might not work out?
Well, I just, a couple times I just wanted to stay green, and then, the 77 was in like every caution tonight, so I just, restarts, I felt, good about my car on restarts, but you just never know how the aggression's going to pick up, and, everybody's give a shit factor goes out the window there. So, but we had good enough track position all day. We were kind of out of the, mess, I guess. And, yeah, that was good. So my HendrickCars.com Chevy was fast. Our pit crew was on it all night. And what a performance by William. That's awesome. I thought when the 12 gained control of the race, it was going to be, really hard for anybody to beat him. But, William did a great job on the restarts and just kept positioning himself, and then was good enough to get by him on that long run. And then, I was surprised on the restart there. The 2 tires were as good as they were. So happy for him, happy for our team, happy for Hendrick Motorsports. This win as good as it, could have for us, for us to score more points than Christopher and then have, William or Chase win too. So glad, we can give Mr. H an opportunity next week, and hopefully, one of us can win it. But yeah, I'm proud of everybody at Hendrick Motorsports. I feel like we've been just progressing so much throughout the playoffs, and to put 2 cars in the championship four is awesome. So thanks everybody there. Thanks Chevrolet, everybody, Valvoline, everyone who's a part of this team, and we'll see if we can go be a few spots better next week.
It's going to be a Hendrick versus Joe Gibbs battle, Kim.
And Parker, heck of a drive by Ryan Blaney. Started 31st, finished second, 1 spot short, though, of that championship 4th spot in Phoenix. As you think about that final restart and the closing laps, anything you could have done differently or needed differently in the car to make it work?
Yeah, I look back on that long run before the last yellow where William got by me, and I just got loose. Trying to work through lap cars. My rear drive was fading quick. I tried to manage a lot in the beginning, but yeah, just was starting to fade, and I was trying to protect. And yeah, I mean, that's just 2 guys going for it. I mean, I don't blame them for taking that. I kind of lost momentum, and I would have done the same thing, to be honest with you. I knew it was going to be tight, and I tried to crowd as much as I could, but I'm just so proud of the effort by this whole 12 group.
And that was what it sounded like from the Martinsville Speedway. Ryan Blaney, a lot of people was like, oh, Blaney was going to crash. He
came from 31st.
Yeah.
Impressive. And he was my pick. He almost did it, but, hey, the better team won, and Byron got the best of him right there. And it wasn't dirty. It was just he got right there. Blaney even said himself, hey, he would have done the same thing. And it was not dirty racing. He got in there quick enough to throw him off a little bit to get by him. That's in the story.
Yeah, that was what I was going to say. Blaney fully endorsed that move because he said he would do it himself. So you can't be mad at William for that. Byron and Kyle Larson locked their way in. I'm going to tell you, if there would have been 50 more laps, I think Byron would have been racing his teammate Chase Elliott for that spot because Chase was coming on pretty strong there at the end in the end of the race there. One thing that we didn't recap in the highlights there was I wonder if there's concern in the Joe Gibbs camp because you had both Denny Hamlin and Chase Briscoe go out of Martinsville with blown motors. And if you go back to last week, Denny Hamlin had a throttle issue at Talladega. And so I wonder if there's a little concern in the camp there at Joe Gibbs Racing.
It's got to be in your head a little bit, just a teeny tiny bit. But, they'll try to get it ready the best they can and try not to think about what's happened in the past. And hopefully their engineers and all the people in their shop and try to get it hopefully dialed in where they need it to be on Sunday.
Yeah, we're actually going to talk to Joe Gibbs about that here in a little bit about that concern. Let me look at the list right quick. Final 4 drivers, Byron, Larson, Briscoe, and Hamlin. That means that Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, Christopher Bell, and Joey Logano were all cut from the playoffs. One thing I want to mention about the trucks or the Cup Series weekend, Xfinity Series and Truck Series, Corey Heim dominated there in Martinsville. No surprise there. There was some rumblings and some aggression in Martinsville. So I want to play out this highlight from the Xfinity race.
If you didn't watch it, you missed it. It was a good one. Xfinity race was really good.
It was. So we're going to play this highlight. We're going to get two drivers' reaction, and then after the break, we're going to tell you what's come from this. So let's get back to the Xfinity Series race.
Field going off into one. They were angry about it. Jeb got back to him and expressed his displeasure. And then after the checkered, this is Sam Mayer sort of sending another message to Jeb. That's going to be very much frowned upon by NASCAR. Yeah. To do this after the checkered flag.
It should be. You can't wreck somebody after the checkered flag.
Competition is over, and here's Jordan Anderson, the owner of Jeb Burton's car, very upset with Sam Mayer, of course.
Let's hear from Sam now, Kim.
Yeah, so we just saw that tension all race long between Sam Mayer and Jeb Burton. That post-race move, though, what kind of message were you trying to send, Jeb?
I mean, we all know. I apologize. Our guys were really good today. We did such a great job, and we were in a really good spot. Obviously, it ended up kind of being a must-win, but if things worked out differently, we probably needed to finish second or third at one point. So I was just giving it all I had right there. And the 27 did us no favors. Last week, he caused a demolition derby in a parking lot on the fresh straightaway at the fastest racetrack we go to. And now he just decides to be an absolute dumbass this go-around and race a guy with a purple spoiler, like, just awful. It was awful to be around him all day, and he's just fast enough to be really, really annoying, but not fast enough to do anything else worth a damn. So, sucks to be in that spot around him, but, I mean, the car was as fast as Xfinity Mobile. Everyone, the Haas Factory team, Audubel, Andy's, Roto-Rooter, everyone that's behind me and in my circle, it makes me very pleased to be a part of this group, and it just wasn't meant to be. The good Lord blesses us in mysterious ways, and I think that I learned a lot tonight. Probably going to get in trouble for this interview already, but I'm trying to kind of make up for it. But just really proud of everybody, and we're going to go on to Phoenix with one goal in mind, and that's to try to win the race and make something out of what we have now.
We did
in Talladega, and he was acting like a child, like Sam is. And we're on old tires at the end of stage one, I believe, and he shipped me out of the way. I think we all saw that. I was on the front row for no reason. I've always raced Sam really clean. Never had really a problem with him. And then I moved him at the end for a spot because I was still pissed off at what he did. Because when he moved me, I went back to 20th, and it really almost ruined our day because we got off strategy. So that was frustrating. So that's why I moved him back. I didn't wreck him, just moved him. And at the end of the race, after the checker, he destroyed our car and wrecked us. So hopefully NASCAR does something, because I mean he literally right reared me into the outside wall. So I don't know. So I hate it for my guys to tear up a car, but you know I race a lot of people out here with respect, and I just want it back. And he ran over me for no reason, so I gave it back to him, and he threw a temper tantrum. So it is what it is.
You're hoping to get a chance to talk to him after calling it out.
And it is what it is. And Sam Mayer said he'll probably get in trouble. Jeb Burton asked for NASCAR to look at it. NASCAR looked at it, and they're parking Sam Mayer for the final race.
Absolutely right call.
Yeah. That was a very cringy interview, too, from Sam Mayer.
One of these young drivers, are you going to ever learn, like, this is not going to do you any good? Race is over. Why are you wrecking your car and his car? I mean, it's pointless.
Yeah.
Hey, how about this? Go get in a wrestling ring. Go get a boxing ring. Hash it out. Don't damage the car. What if he also hit him hard enough, slamming the wall? He could have caused, a concussion, or can cause an injury to somebody by doing that after the race is even over. The checker flag's already been waved. It's over. Sorry, you lost. You may be mad at somebody, but it's not worth that.
Yeah, settle it outside of the car. Don't use a car as a weapon. There's a lot of men and women on both teams who work on those cars for hours to make sure they're in the best shape they can be, and you don't need to go crash somebody after the end of the race. Settle it outside of the car, like two men should do. So,
exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to take our first break. When we get back, We got a lot of notes and news to cover, so we will be back here in just a little bit.
Stick around for more Around the Turn. We'll be back after this short break.
All right, we are back here, and we're going to cover a lot of news and notes, so we may try to go through this quickly because there's so much to talk about. We just addressed the Sam Mayer. That came out. We're recording this, as always, on Wednesday mornings. NASCAR came out Tuesday evening saying that Sam Mayer is done for the year. They're parking him at Phoenix, and he can join us back in Daytona for next year in the Xfinity
Have a long
series.
time to think about what he did.
Or now it's the O'Reilly Auto Parts series once we are done with Phoenix. Also, Matt Crafton, KG veteran, has been in the sport for a very long time. He's been with Thor Sport in that neon-looking number 88 truck for numerous years. And in fact, he's been with Thor Sport since 2000. 3 championships, 15 wins, and he will be calling it. I don't want to say he's retiring, but he's not going to be back full-time driving. This is his last race as a full-time driver in the Craftsman Truck Series. So I know Matt Crafton has been a staple in that series. So this will end his season as a full-time driver. Also coming out this week, Zane Smith has signed a multi-year agreement with Front Row Motorsports to continue driving the number 38 Ford Mustang. Ford Taurus, but that's a Ford Mustang.
I know my son will be happy about this. He loves the pickle car that he's driven before. So he'll probably be happy that he's going to be in the
So Zane will be back. Todd Gillen and also Noah Gregson will be returning to Front Row Motorsports. So the same team getting together next year. Also, we kind of broke the news last week on the show, but Daniel Suarez is in the Spire number 7 car. We finally got a paint scheme of what the freeway.com or insurance.com Chevrolet will look like for next year. Now, this will be the anchor sponsorship, but expected to see more sponsorships. I would expect Coca-Cola to be there and probably a few other ones that Daniel's been able to team up with. So good looking car there.
I like the colors. Very cool colors.
Really do too. We also talked about Harrison Burton leaving A&M Racing. Well, that's because, I think I hinted to you last week it was going to be a Toyota team. And so Harrison Burton will be driving for Sam Hunt Racing in 2026, pairing up with Dean Thompson. They're in the Toyota Supras. This team is on the verge of doing a lot of great things. Dean Thompson has really turned it on here in the last half of the season. And obviously Harrison made the Xfinity playoffs this year. So I like this pairing for next year. And it's good to see Harrison in a very competitive ride in the Xfinity series. Also, some news coming from one of Warren's favorite drivers, Ross Chastain.
Hello, man.
Yeah, it was announced that he is going to be getting a new crew chief for next year. Phil Surgeon, who's been with Ross for a very long time. I'm not sure what he's going to do. The Trackhouse has not really announced if he's sticking with the team or not, but Brandon McSwain will be the new crew chief for Ross Chastain, and Brandon's actually one of the mechanics on the number 24 Exalta Chevrolet for William Byron. So they're kind of poaching from Williams' team already, and he's not even won a championship yet. So that's
maybe they see potential.
Yeah. So I think I can't remember if Rudy got suspended for a week or something, but I think Brandon's been on top of the pit box for William before. So he's got some experience there in the crew chief. Also, Tricon Motorsports, Tricon Racing, that is, in the Craftsman Truck Series has re-signed their agreement with Toyota, and so that will continue. We know that Caden Honeycutt will be the driver of the number 11 truck next year, so some good news there. Also, a couple of drivers making their debut in the Truck Series this week. Tyler Reif, Arca Menard's driver, will be driving for Nice Motorsports. Also announced for Nice Motorsports, a local boy per se from Carolina, Ocean Isle Beach in North Carolina. Landon Lewis will be driving 15 races next year for Nice Motorsports. He actually has been driving for Kevin Harvick in the Cars Tour and has won the championship, has been dominating that series. So That's some news. And also, Luke Baldwin, a son of Tommy Baldwin, who has been a crew chief for a long time in the series and does a lot of work with Rick Ware Racing, will be driving the number 66 Ford F-150 this week in Phoenix. And then, Warren, I am excited about this. It was announced. One other thing, I just forgot this. I'm going to read it from my phone.
Go for it.
Yeah, NASCAR came out yesterday with some news as well. Let me find it here. This is NASCAR's statement. Obviously, we've been talking about the lawsuit, and NASCAR sent me an email yesterday. We respect the court has dropped NASCAR's lawsuit. NASCAR cannot file a lawsuit against 2311 or Front Row Motorsports, but 2311 Front Row Motorsports lawsuit towards NASCAR continues. So NASCAR says, we respect the court's decision, though we respectfully disagree with the legal reasoning. Our priority remains resolving this matter quickly so all parties can focus on the championship weekend and continue to grow the sport. Should a resolution not be reached, we will intend to appeal the decision at the appropriate time. Seems like NASCAR and 2311 and Front Row Motorsports are very close to settling this outside of court, which I think is best for everybody.
It is best.
I think there's just a few tie-ups just from what I've been reading from some of the media members. So I'm not going to say what those tie-ups are because I'm not 100% sure that's what it is. But I do know that there seems to be on the verge of getting something settled, so neither group has to go to court. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, there's a new YouTube series coming out featuring.
I can't wait for this as well. I saw the trailers. So can't wait. It's
starting November 17th, and it's going to be November 17th through the 22nd. So it's 5 straight nights, and it's going to be following Carson Hocevar, Jesse Little, and Rajah Caruth. It's called Rising, and well, we have a little bit of the trailer for you here.
So this year, I've been in a documentary called Rising.
They record every literal thing.
I've loved it. I wasn't really sure how to be in one, though, so I hired somebody to coach me.
You hired someone to coach you on how to be in a documentary?
Yeah, his name's Todd. Freaking awesome.
You're doing good. Keep going. You're doing good.
Racing isn't just racing.
Stop. You're smiling again. You're smiling too much. Documentaries hate smiling. Try to look like you had a hard childhood.
I was dropped off at a gas station after a karting race before.
Nice. Okay, now I need you to pause like you're thinking about mortality. See, Carson, documentaries require drama, right? You want to be the guy people are talking about. So you just got to get yourself in there. Like I need you to go over there and kick that car.
A car?
Yeah, that car.
Okay.
Carson! Not that hard.
Everything I do out here has meaning, down to the way I chew. It's about discipline, focus, and precision. But today, they didn't have my favorite chips. You know, it's hard being a driver and dealing with all this stuff. How was that? Was that good?
I'm not gonna lie, it is pretty weird. I'm still getting used to being okay with the camera being everywhere with me. Bruh.
So excited about this. And I've said it on Twitter/X all year long. I don't know who has stepped up in NASCAR to the marketing and the social media accounts, but A+++.
They're on fire. You have the San Diego stuff, the flower, the Top Gun shenanigans.
Yeah.
Hocevar was in that. You got that and the Anchorman stuff, and it's just no matter what they do, their team is on fire doing the stuff.
They are. They are doing some good stuff. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be previewing Phoenix. Got some fun people to talk to.
If you want to talk with Scotty or you've got a topic you think we should talk about, send us an email to racing@wbtw.com. We'll be right back.
All right, we are back, and we are now previewing Phoenix, last race of the season. We've got a lot of folks to talk to, so let's get it off. We're going to speak with Chris Buescher, Denny Hamlin, I think we got Kyle Larson in there, Joe Gibbs, Rick Henrick, and Jeff Gordon.
Got them all.
Man, I've wanted to burn Phoenix down for most of my career. I've hated that place with a fairly decent passion, and it was really tough for a long time. And the next gen car, something definitely got better in a little way, but the last probably 2 years at Phoenix now, 3 or 4 races, we've just made incredible strides to be more competitive there.
Cliff does a really good job of knowing when I need a pep talk or stuff like that. So he's very good and quick, kind of off the cuff too.
I'm optimistic about the way we're running, but these NASCAR races come down to sometimes things that are unpredictable, and so you just hope that the things out of your control don't inhibit you in any kind of way. But I think on the racetrack, we can do our jobs. If we do our jobs, I think we'll be one of the guys that will contend next week.
I'm excited about going to Phoenix with both cars. I think he's got the bit in his teeth right now, and I don't think you can deny William Byron for what he's accomplished this year and how close he's been in some races. And the guys have worked hard on this our flat track, short track program, and Kyle's ready, and so is William. So I'm looking forward to this coming weekend and trying to get another championship.
I mean, the only thing I would add to that is, you look at the last few years and who's won the championship in Phoenix, and that's really you respect that what Penske's been able to accomplish, but at the same time you are driven by it. So with this format, one, we recognize how those points that you accumulate through the regular season are very important to get you advanced far into the playoffs. So you certainly focus on those things. But if you're going to win the championship, if you're going to make your way into the Final Four, you got to go through Martinsville, and you got to go be competitive at Phoenix. And we've been getting beat at those tracks recently, and feel like that was a top priority. And I would say throughout this year, we've been gaining on that because of the amount of effort that's being put in by our engineering group, our crew chiefs, and the feedback from the drivers, the communication with everybody, our teammates at Chevy, as well as Chevy and their engineering group as well. That this is a top priority, is to get to this point in the season, go to Phoenix, and have a shot at the championship. And if you had asked me 2 months ago, were we ready? I would say we're gaining on, but maybe not there. If you ask me today, I say we're ready, and we're excited about the opportunity. And it's only come from a tremendous amount of effort and work by our group.
Coach Denny has had a few mechanical issues over the last 5-6 weeks. Do you have any concerns or doing anything additional for quality control?
No, we've been on that all morning. We've all got the parts out, looked at everything. And I think issues with the motors are always concerning. You never want that to happen. But I think we kind of have understood where we are and what those parts were, and have made adjustments for sure. And really, those parts will not be in the cars for this weekend. So I feel good about that.
And what do you think?
And so there you go. There's some comments from Jeff Gordon saying that they got beat at Phoenix and Martinsville in the years past, so they really focused on that, and I think it showed on Sunday. So we are going to take a quick break, and when we get back, it is time to make those picks.
If you want to talk with Scotty, or you've got a topic you think we should talk about, send us an email to racing@wbtw.com. We'll be right back.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, we are back. Final segment. Time to make those picks, and we're going to do all 3 of the Touring Series picks for this weekend. Warren, let's go with the Truck Series first. Tyler Ankrum, Corey Heim, Ty Majeski, Caden Honeycutt. Who do you have winning the championship?
I'm going with Heim Time.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard to beat Corey Heim, but watch Ty Majeski. I think that's a driver you have to watch. Xfinity Series, we got Jesse Love, Connor Zillage, Justin Allgaier, and Carson Quapple.
As much as I want Allgaier to win, being a huge fan of Allgaier, I just think it's going to be Zillage. Too hot.
I think it's going to, man, this is where
it's tough.
This is where I'm tough. I think Connor deserves the win, but I think Justin Allgaier is going to win.
But Allgaier's good at Phoenix, so I could see him sneaking in and causing chaos.
And this is where I think if Corey Heim and Connor Zillage do not win the championship, this is when the playoff system gets burned down.
Mm-hmm.
These two races. Cup Series, it's anybody. But these two, Corey Heim with 11 wins, Connor Zillage with 10 wins, and they don't win the championship, I think this playoff system gets burned down. That's just my thoughts. All right, let's get to the Sunday. Who's got for your underdog?
Underdog is a playoff driver, of course. I'm going to go with Chase Briscoe.
Okay, so that's your underdog. My underdog is actually Ross Chastain. I liked what he did at Martinsville, and he's went out at Phoenix before, so I'm going to go with Ross Chastain. Who's your driver to watch? Now, this is not your driver to win, but your driver to watch.
Driver to watch is also a playoff driver, Kyle Larson.
Okay, so he's got Kyle Larson. I have Denny Hamlin as my driver to watch. I think it's going to come down to him and this other guy who I'm going to pick as the winner. Who do you have?
Winner, he won last week. We're going to go with William Byron.
All right.
And take a championship home all the way.
So
from Daytona to Phoenix. So hopefully he'll be your champion.
Warren is going with William Byron to be the winner and the champion. I'm going with Kyle Larson to win.
What a pick. You're going against your bracket, but I'm surprised.
Yeah, to win and to take the championship.
Take the checkered flag.
I think Larson is there. I think it's going to come down between him and Denny Hamlin, and we're going to see one of those epic battles between Hamlin and Larson that we've seen so many times. And most of the times, Larson has got the bottom of the stick, but I think this time it turns around. I think it's Kyle Larson's time. So, anyways, we will be back here next week to recap all of the action in Phoenix. We hope you enjoy this weekend. Let us know who you think is going to win the championship. Until then, we will see you later.
Peace out.
Thanks for watching Around the Turn with Scotty Powell. Join us next week for another look at the world of NASCAR. If you want to talk with Scotty or you've got a topic you think we should talk about, send us an email to racing@wbtw.com.